How comfortable is the notion of being the architect of your own current reality? I know I personally love it. The fact that I can mold the cadence of my day, how I feel about things in general, is such an empowering concept. Was I always like this? No. So, how did I get here? One of the techniques that helped me become more accepting and be good to myself is the technique of radical acceptance. So, what is this radical acceptance? Is it approval of what is happening in your life, the nitty gritties that irritate you, the little facets of life that are very uncomfortable and sometimes deeply painful? No. So it's not approval of what is not good in your life. Instead, it's total acceptance in mind, body, and spirit that some things are not okay, but paying attention to them is counterproductive to your self development and growth. Now, look at COVID times. Do we approve of COVID? Absolutely not. But what are we doing? We are doing certain things. We accept that COVID is here, and that leaves us free to take steps with which we can take care of our mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional health, right? So, how do we do that? Sometimes by, of course, taking the regular health precautions that have been prescribed. Next, we do some journaling to cope up with isolation. We reach out to friends and family. We also do meditation, which perhaps some of us did not think was necessary earlier on. So, when we accept that COVID is here, what we do is we start getting focused on little activities that help us take care of our health, well being, and sanity. So, radical acceptance is just that concept which gives us the bandwidth to accept reality. So, how do you begin this journey with some things that are not comfortable for you? Firstly, take out a notebook and a pen and start writing. What are some things in your life that you like them, and what are some of the things in life that you do not like? So when you note this down, it'll help you accept yourself and your life for what it is. You will not bargain, you will not be in a limbo, and you will also not paint reality rosier than it is. Instead, when you do this, you will realize and acknowledge what you can and what you cannot control. Most of the time, why we fail with things in life is because we don't know what we can control and what we cannot control. So, for radical acceptance, it's very, very important that we realize and acknowledge that there are some things that we cannot control. And then, when you look at the list, without any judgment, without any condemnation, just see what is it that is really giving you a lot of pain. Acknowledge it. What are the facts about yourself and the situation? For example, you may be putting up with certain patterns because you feel that I am not financially capable to look after myself. You may feel that for the sake of my children, I need to put up with certain behaviors. You may feel that I'm not empowered to look after myself in spite of the daily happenings which are going on. So when you do these things, what's going to happen is you accept reality. And accepting reality is a short way of getting anchored in your own self. Then you know that some things don't feel good, but you can still grow and thrive in spite of challenges. Remember Viktor Frankl's book, Man's Search for Meaning. I encourage all of you to read it. And specifically, if radical acceptance is a concept that you want to read about, I encourage you to read Tara Brach's book called Radical Acceptance. It's very well written. She is a psychotherapist who has elucidated very, very well how you can bring radical acceptance into your life. So for any corporate sessions or training or therapy on radical acceptance, do reach out to me and I look forward to connecting with you. Take care and have a lovely day.